What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode. Thank you for tuning in. Talk some golf news and recap from this exciting week on the PGA Tour. We'll start with yesterday's Farmers Insurance. Congratulations to Matthew Pavon from France. His first PGA Tour win. Congratulations. Also, let's talk Nick Dunlop, right? Exciting week for this young man. Wins the American Express. And with that win, he has to make a huge decision, right? Takes off a few days, goes back home, talks to his family, his coach, and the former University of Alabama sophomore and reigning U.S. amateur champ has to decide, right? Do I turn pro? And I'm pretty sure, it was a pretty quick decision, right? He already had forfeited the 1.5 purse and FedEx points. So if he has that one of those historic runs where he wins a couple of he has a couple of wins on the PGA, and he's given up a lot. So congratulations on his decision. With that win and turning pro, he gets a pretty good deal, right? He gets exempt through the 2026 season on the PGA Tour. He also has exemptions to the Masters and U.S. Open. The only thing that changed, because with the win on with his U.S. Amateur Champion win, he had exemptions to the Masters, U.S. Open, and the Open Championship. But by turning pro, he forfeited that Open Championship. So the only way that he can get in there this year would be through the official world ranking points. Currently, with that win, he's at 68. So if he gets into the top 50, he'll be able to get in there. So I think this young man can make it happen. He also gets exemptions to the Genesis Invitational, Arnold Palmer, and the Players Championship in March. That's a pretty good deal, So congratulations. I hope he has one of those epic seasons. We've seen a few here and there, right? Everyone loves to compare everyone to Tiger. I mean, it's really hard, right? I mean, before Tiger, right? Jack Nicklaus had that, epic dominance, right? Right after Arnold Palmer. And I don't think anyone during that era thought that there'll be someone better, right? Or have a run like he did, right? Until my boy Tiger jumps on the scene in 96 and has that historic decade of dominance. And, we haven't seen it since, right? And we've had little glimpses, right? Spieth, when he won those majors and had racked up all those wins, and then just kind of just tumbled, right? You've had a few seasons. Morikawa, honestly, I thought a few years back when he had those 2 years where he won those two majors and he had all those wins, he was racking up the wins. I was like, man, this kid, he could be it, But it's hard. I mean, when you compare what Tiger did in that decade, I honestly, I don't think it'll ever be done. So to compare these young men to someone like him, can it happen? Of course. I think, maybe a couple of decades from now, you'll have some kid come in here, this kid wonder, and just, maybe do something like that. Who knows? But wishing him the best on the PGA Tour. Let him have that crazy season where he racks up a whole bunch of wins, and we're talking Nick Dunlop all year, right? So go get him, young man. Also, dominating the news, blast from the past, man. Anthony A.K. Kim, right? Now, I started golfing a few years ago, but this young man came onto the scene in 2006. That's when he turned pro. And I wasn't into golf back then. I was playing other sports. But of course, you hear it just like Tiger, right? I wasn't into golf, but you would hear what Tiger was doing and, any other big time player was doing. And the dominance, that this kid had. I don't know, not dominance, maybe that's too strong of a word, but that those couple of years that this young man had, especially 2008, I think it was from 2008 to like 2011. I think that's when his injury started. But 2008 has a couple of wins. The Ryder Cup win that he had against that epic win against Sergio Garcia, right? That was like the defining win. That was a critical part in helping the U.S. win the Ryder Cup. I mean, this kid was it, man. He was legit, man. He also had the President's Cup. He had a 3-1 record on the President's Cup. Had 3 PGA Tour wins. Then injuries took over. But before the injuries, what was really capturing headlines was, his partying. I mean, that's all people talk about. When his name comes up, all people talk about is, he was a party animal, and that was just, not taking care of himself, which he wasn't, right? He wasn't being, once you're playing at that high level in whatever sport, you have to be professional. You have to take care of yourself. It doesn't matter. But, he was one of only 5 PGA Tour players in history to rack up 3 wins before the age of 25. So maybe it was just too much, too quick for him, and just didn't know how to handle fame and I guess all the money that's coming in and all the attention that he was getting. But I'm wondering what he's going to do. I know the PGA Tour right now needs him, right? They're dying for something to swim back their way, especially after John Rahm left, and God knows who else is defecting, right? They have their tournament coming up on February 2nd. Their season starts. So John has to get his team together. If he has it already, he just hasn't announced it. But the PGA Tour, I'm pretty sure they're like, man, hey, dude, come over this way. We'll pay any legal fees if he has to pay anything, because supposedly he took the money from the insurance. And if he plays professionally again, I think he has to pay it back. I don't know if there's a time restraint, I don't know, but whatever it is, I'm pretty sure these guys are willing to pay it just to have him back. Then Liv, on the other hand, it's like, you know what, we're little by little, all your big guys are defecting. You know what, we're gonna take this guy too, and here, take $500 million, to come play with us just to stick it to the PGA Tour. I could see them doing that. Saw a glimpse of him like everyone else did this week on the range. I mean, that speed and compression, I mean, it's he's not super old. He's 38 years old, but he hasn't played. I don't know how much work he's been putting in, but he, on that few swings that he took, I mean, he looked good. So I'm excited. I didn't get a chance to see him play during his heyday, so I would love to see where this guy lands and what his game is. I would love to see some more footage of him, maybe playing a practice round or something. But I'm telling you, once he decides which way he's going, it's just gonna be it's gonna be exciting. I mean, this guy, when he came on 2008, that year that he just blew up and took over, those couple of years, Tiger in 2008 was recovering from a broken leg, so Tiger wasn't in that headlines anymore. Plus, that's 2009-10. That's when kind of Tiger was having his issues, divorce and all that, so he wasn't really in the spotlight and playing. He was dealing with some injuries, and this kid was it. I mean, this is what everyone was talking about, right? They were talking about, this is going to be the next Tiger. And the way he was playing for those couple of years, honestly, from what I hear from the interviews and what people were talking about, it was legit. The comparisons were legit, and he just had that flair to go with it. So happy to see him back. Can't wait to see who he signs with. Finally see him playing live. that's it. And as far as workouts, guys, I want to keep seeing the workouts. Everybody came on strong. The last, as soon as January hit, and I was seeing a lot of talks about what they were going to do, their goals and stuff. Man, keep going, right? Keep going. I'm struggling every week, but keep going. I'm making progress, getting there, feeling good. Hands still a little jackety jack, that's okay. We're gonna get it right, hopefully in another month or so. I got a few trips coming up, so got to get this right. I said, I think on my first episode, the way I was training and what I was doing, you're gonna see a different player. I don't want to be called a liar when the season starts and you guys see my game and what did this guy do? He said it was going to be different. No, it's going to be different. I'm telling you, you guys are going to see the dominance. All right. And I'm not playing this year. I'm telling you, man, I'm coming on strong. And I'm definitely going to do my thing. So I want to see you guys. I want to see some videos of you guys putting in the work, man, at the range, working out, whatever it is, man. Let's see it. We love seeing that. I love seeing that, man. Hit me up. Let me know what you guys are doing, all right? Anyway, thank you for tuning in. As always, guys, thank you for your support, commenting, liking, sharing, everything. You guys are awesome, unbelievable. Thank you. Have an amazing weekend. God bless. Peace.